Okay, so let's talk about the menu. This is the latest film from Mark Mylod, which basically follows a celebrity chef that invites a slew of his clients, very much so wealthy, rich people, to come and dine in and have a special menu. We also have an outsider here who is played by Anya Taylor, who is called Margot, who doesn't belong in this circle of wealthy elite that pretty much are assholes, but we later find out what's going on. So we're going to talk about the ending, we're going to talk about what it means. We will do a more thorough breakdown analysis of every scene, every like little thing in the movie as well, and talk about the meaning and all of that. That's not this video. This video we're just going over the plot and we're talking about the ending and its meaning to me and probably a lot of other people. So it's pretty much open to discourse in the bottom of the comments to what you think as well. So make sure you comment below when you get the chance, but make sure you are also subscribed and hitting that notification bell. We are on the road to 30,000 subscribers. We are about to reach 26,000, so super excited for that. But let's talk about this movie. So you have this very much so celebrity chef who only cooks for the wealthy. Julian Slowick is his name. He is played by Fiennes, and you basically have him here inviting out his most like honorable guests or whatever. Their group of guests consists of some like finance bros. You have an actor and his assistant. You also have an older couple. You have a magazine editor as well as a food critic. And of course, you have the couple who consists of Margot and Tyler, who are played by Nicholas Hoult and Anya Taylor. By the way, Nicholas Hoult is just funny throughout this whole movie, and I really enjoyed his character a lot. Just like everything he was doing was just hilarious. So you have that, and Anya's character Margot doesn't belong here because in the beginning Tyler had made these reservations for his ex-girlfriend, and of course they broke up, and now he's bringing Margot along. So this kind of creates a little friction here and there, but more along it makes the chef mad. So we'll get more into that in a bit. You see them get these courses out and sort of start to feel that Chef doesn't really want them here. He's very much so being antagonistic towards them and sort of like ridiculing them. And it starts to sort of be felt by some of the members here who are like, yeah, we don't really vibe with all of this, what's going on. So a few courses down the line and they are just getting ridiculed. One of them even exposes some of their dark secrets. And then all hell breaks loose with one of the courses where one of the sous chefs actually offs himself right in front of everybody with a gun, and this is called the mess, and it starts a mess because everybody's scrambling trying to leave. One of the old men that was there actually tries to with his wife, and they pretty much cut off his ring finger. They're just like, yeah, you gotta sit down because it's gonna get worse if you try to leave. This is the moment when we realize what Chef is up to. The finance bros who also work for the company that is the angel investor who pretty much invested into this restaurant are like, we're about to call the boss up, we're about to tell him what you're doing, you're gonna get this place shut down. And he's like, yeah, that would make sense if I had a boss. And we see that now he is drowning the angel investor as everybody watches on the angel investor pretty much drown and die. So we then see that Chef is wanting to talk to Margot because he's like, you're not supposed to be here. This was all planned. This is not how it was supposed to go. So who are you and what are you doing here? She tries to explain that she is Margot and she has no clue about what's going on. And then that's when Chef starts to realize that she doesn't deserve to be with the rich people. She deserves to be with the service people, and asks if she would love to be with them instead, even though they're all going to die in the end. And she's just like, he is insane. So she has some time to choose, and so we see all of this start to unfold as the rest of the guests are trying to figure out a way to leave. Eventually the next course is served, and that is where the men have a chance to leave and they can run away, and the women sit back and just wait and see what happens. None of the men run away, all of them are caught, and then we get to our climatic end. Right before we get to that, however, we see that Tyler is exposed for knowing what was going to happen tonight. He knew that the menu was going to end with everybody dying and still chose to come, but he had his other girlfriend he was going to come with, but after they broke up, he needed another person to come with him, or if not, he would have to give up the reservation because it's only for two. So then that's when we realized that, hey, Tyler pretty much paid Margot to come with him, because we find out Margot, of course, is an escort, and she had also been an escort for the older man that was there with his wife, and that sort of opens another can of worms as well. But Margot was pretty much paid to come to die, basically. Tyler knew she was going to die, and he did it anyways because he is just that insane with the food and with Chef and all of that. So that pretty much makes all hell break loose between Margot and Tyler. But then before they can even get to talk about any of this, Julian's like, Tyler, come and cook because you claim to be such a foodie, such a cooking person. I want to see you cook now. And we see Tyler try and attempt to cook something that just looks disgusting. And Chef is disgusted by it and basically tells Tyler, go to the office and just off yourself. In order for the final course, we need a barrel to come out here, but the barrel wasn't brought by anybody because my assistant Elsa, by the way, was hilarious throughout the whole movie, and I really enjoyed her character a lot. He's like, she didn't bring the barrel or got anybody to bring it, so I'm entrusting you now because you're one of us, so go get it. As Margot goes, she tries to infiltrate and see what's going on, and that's when she finds a radio, but she also finds pictures of Chef when he was happy, when he was cooking as a burger flipper, whatever you want to call them, and that's the only picture where he was happy. He wasn't happy when he opened his restaurant or another restaurant. This is when he was happy, when he was flipping burgers and was employee of the month at the burger place. And so this is something that Margot takes with her in her head, but also she makes sure to call the radio. When she gets back with the barrel just a little later, we see that somebody does come to rescue them, and they aren't allowed to say anything because Chef says, will you let this man die just for you to be free, or are you going to stop and just let it happen? None of them say anything, but then when the rescue man sees the movie star played by John Leguizamo, who was hilarious throughout as well. I'm telling you, everybody was on their A game in this movie. He is asking for an autograph. He gives him the autograph, but it says, help us. The man then pulls out a gun and pulls it out on Chef, tells him to get on his knees, and then we see that he was just playing. He is with Chef, and he is not going to rescue anybody. Now Margot is like, damn, I don't know what else to do. And then she sort of comes to the epiphany, like, let me ask him to make me a cheeseburger, because that's when he was the happiest. And this sort of breaks Chef at a point. You see a stern Chef throughout, and now you see a watery-eyed Chef who is just seemingly excited and happy to once again cook with love and cook with hope and cook with passion. Something he had told Margot just a little earlier on, that he hadn't enjoyed cooking for some time now. And so that was the reason that he was doing all of this, because he was tired of these rich people sort of just using him for clout and all of that, and not really enjoying his food as he was intending it to be when he first started cooking for the love of cooking. And so we see him cook this burger in such an emotional way with the music and everything cued. I couldn't help to get emotional myself. And then we see this amazing juicy burger be served to Margot, and she loves it, but she says, can I take it to go? And Chef is like, sure, let's take it to go. And he gives her a gift bag, and she's on her way. She's free. She can leave. She goes to the boat, drives into the middle of the ocean, enjoys her burger, and then we see everybody else get toasted like a marshmallow, because the last course is the s'more. We see all the guests covered in marshmallow, a chocolate hat, and then graham crackers sprinkled throughout, and then Chef just ignites himself, and everybody ignites as well, as they pretty much lace the whole thing so everybody would go up into flames. And the chefs, the sous chefs, and the kitchen staff, all of them turn on all the gas and just let the explosion happen, as we see everybody blow up and die, except for Margot, who is enjoying their cheeseburger in the middle of the ocean. So let's talk about that ending and what it meant. So I think that we definitely know that Margot was saved because of her igniting that passion back into Chef, that love for cooking that he so desperately wanted to have again. Somebody just enjoying his food because it was so good, not because of the status quo it meant, not because of the clout that came with it, but just because it was such a good food. And that's exactly what Chef wanted for so long, and he hadn't gotten in a while. So I think when Margot sparked that in him, it sort of made him feel like, Margot gave me this one last thing, let me give her something in return, and that's her life, her freedom, not dying here with us. She deserves to go out there. She is not a taker. She is not this rich asshole. She is a person that just was here because of another rich asshole and sort of taken advantage of. And I think Chef, once he clicked all of this in his head, was like, she deserves to live. I think Chef also, that is the reason he started all of this. As he says, he was tired of sort of being at the whims of the rich, of the powerful, and sort of losing his touch with why he started cooking in the first place. He started cooking because of love, because of passion, and at the end of it, it was just money, clout, and sort of, as he says, being a whore to attention, a whore to the rich people, and he was done being that whatsoever. So that's why he decided to do this whole ordeal and sort of give him back a taste of their medicine as well. So I think it was definitely a great story, definitely a lot of themes and things to brush up on, which we will do in our analysis video coming out tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for that. But like I said, I really do think that that is the reason Margot was spared, was because of her being a person that reignited the love and passion Chef wanted to have with cooking and just enjoying their food. So definitely a great ending. I'm excited to see more from Mark Mylod, as well as the writers who did an amazing job here, Seth Reiss and Tracy. So super excited for more. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below about the ending, about the movie itself. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? And anyways, make sure you check out our review as well to know more of my thoughts on the movie itself. So anyways, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers, so close to 26,000. Make sure you hit the notification bell, because we do have a giveaway on the way. You don't want to miss out on it. As soon as we get to 30,000, we'll announce it. Make sure you follow us on all our social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. And as always, that is going to do it for us. We'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.